Warhammer fans, stop what you're doing, because this year's annual Skulls event has dropped an absolute smorgasbord of Warhammer remakes, re-releases, sequels, spin-offs, crossovers, DLC, and new games. But let's say you've never heard of Warhammer 40k before. Okay, imagine a fantasy world with warring factions that continues for 40,000 years into the future. It's grim but also playful, and that makes it highly adaptable to multiple genres and stories. As was once said in the many tomes of Warhammer, space is limitless, and so is our appetite to master it. Heck, let's kick it off with one that fans have been waiting for a long time. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition is a brand new remaster of the 2011 game. This third-person shooter was far more arcadey than the Warhammer games of the day, but that helped attract a wider audience unfamiliar with its tabletop and RTS roots. This time out, players will automatically receive all the DLC, as well as the complete game, except this time in 4K resolution with modern controls, and the multiplayer component will return with crossplay. And you don't even need to wait a fortnight. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition, man, that's a mouthful, will be out on June 10th, 2025. Up next is a quick one because they told us virtually nothing while kinda telling us everything. Warhammer is joining Rust, and the trailer shows us, nothing really. But thankfully I've got myself a copy of the press release right here. Quote, Face Punch will bring the grimdark future of the 41st millennium to the most played survival game on Steam. Players will soon be able to equip iconic Warhammer 40,000 themed cosmetic skins to their character, in their base, and with their crafted weapons, providing a unique but also fitting take on the hazmat and more items with the Death Corpse of Krieg pack, showcasing a perfect synergy of Rust's dark brutality and the Krieg's unrelenting fanatical nature and aesthetic, end quote. We've got no release date yet, but color me curious. Up next is one I'm personally most excited for, Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun 2. This is the sequel to the 2023 boomer shooter, which attempted to recreate the look and feel of retro first-person shooters like Doom or Hexen, combining old and new technology to give a vibe that isn't quite like anything else. And if that wasn't enough, the first Boltgun just dropped free standalone DLC in the form of Words of Vengeance, a new mode for Boltgun that has players typing out words and phrases, much like the classic Sega game Typing of the Dead. Seriously, this series can get pretty dark and then pull out a non sequitur like this. That's Warhammer, baby! It's out right now and it's free. You don't even need the first game. Okay, hardcore fans, here's the one to watch. Warhammer 40,000 Dark Heresy. Now if that springs to mind an old long out of print tabletop game, then you already know you'll be joining up with the Inquisition. These guys are extremely mysterious, even in the 40k lore, and serve as the wetwork branch of the Imperium of Man, the kind of crew that would wipe out countless innocent people just to catch their prey. This RPG is being developed by Owlcat Games, the same team behind 2023's Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. And don't worry, Rogue Trader fans, they haven't forgot about you either, with the Lex Imperialis DLC dropping on June 24th, 2025. That's going to be a brand new story and a whole 15 hours of new gameplay. The doggy's gonna be eating good tonight. Alright, Twisted Metal fans, perk up, because Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks has officially launched. This game has gone through some transitions since its public reveal. Originally, it was going to be free to play, but since then, the game has become purchasable, with far more content up front, and the ability to play the game single player against bots. This is pretty off the wall, even for 40k, but a throwback to the days when car combat dominated the Sony PlayStation. The team and objective-based gameplay makes for quick matches, but the newly implemented open worlds really let orcs just go out there and experience life. Or death. Mostly death. Class of 2004, take note. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War is back in a brand new anniversary edition. This includes all the DLC from the original game, or expansions if you're hip with the lingo. Of course, this game is receiving numerous visual enhancements to allow for advanced fidelity and resolution far beyond what gaming PCs were doing back then. And maybe it's just me, but despite the whole widescreen enhancements, the assets and locations appear to be the right size and shape, retaining the classic look with more clarity. And yes, you can finally allocate more RAM, and it's out right now. Up next, we're going to be talking about a mobile game, but don't tune out yet, hardcore players. Supremacy Warhammer 40,000 will also be coming to the PC, and it's from the developers of Supremacy 1914. That game features prolonged skirmishes against other players where early decisions make all the difference between victory and loss. The Warhammer variation will carry over much of the substance with a brand new Warhammer theming and maps that support up to 64 players. If you're a Supremacy 1914 fan, let us know how you feel about this spin-off in the comments below. Okay, we're not done yet. In fact, things are only getting more chaotic with the long-awaited Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 Siege mode. This pits players against hordes of enemies until they're inevitably wiped out. But in a fun twist, this will be a 3-player mode, meaning everyone will need to watch their 6 while continuously turning orcs to jelly and rescuing downed teammates. And it's bound to get extra gory out there, multiplayer, as a Crimson Fist once said, "I haven't lost my arm, brother. It's right over there." You'll be able to lend a hand starting on June 26. Speaking of multiplayer, Warhammer 40k Darktide will be adding a brand new playable character in the Arbitas DLC on June 23rd. Sadly, we didn't get any gameplay to showcase how they'll operate, but we did get to see this absolutely cold headshot. Darktide has been around since 2022 and launched to a mixed to positive reception, but if you haven't dipped in the past couple of years, circle back. Fat Shark have updated the game with numerous patches, and now it enjoys mostly positive reviews on Steam. And don't think they forgot about Vermintide either, with the Well of Dreams DLC bringing a close to the Verminous Dreams campaign. Up next is the sequel to one of the fan-favorite Warhammer games of the past decade, Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. We still don't have a release date, but we did get a good view of gameplay, showcasing the visual improvements to both the graphics and general user interface. As for hardcore Warhammer fans, we learned the Leagues of Votann will be making their very first appearance in a video game. Yep, Warhammer really has so much lore, they're still making digital debuts. Alright, hardcore fans, let's do the final crush of new content, starting with Warhammer the Horus Heresy Legions joining Warhammer 40,000 Warpforged the card game, a 9th season of Blood Bowl 3, the unique turn-based sports game, introducing the Cohorn team. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector received a brand new campaign that you can purchase right now, and Warhammer 40,000 Gladius will finally add the Viper jet bike and the Rubric Marines in a new update. As was once said in Warhammer, let the repentant enjoy a merciful end. And if that's the case, it's clear there's still many more repentants yet to come in the Warhammer universe. But don't even think about leaving yet, because I want to hear from you. Warhammer is a gigantic franchise, and everyone is a different type of fan. What kind are you? Do you strictly play the games, or do you go headfirst into the lore? Have you spent afternoons painting models and learning the rule sets? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're at it, let me know which one of these announcements you're most excited for. Keep clicking around here at Game Rant, and I'll see you next time.